trying to get my hair straight. Really? Oh my gosh. Hours.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Boulder Rotary. I'd like to have Stan Goralnik lead us in the pledge and the four-way test.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you, Stan. Welcome to Boulder Rotary, the best place to be on Friday afternoon, here in the room or on Zoom. I think we have roughly 25 people on Zoom today, so another good turnout with our multi-access meeting here. I'd also like to give a quick thank you to Dr. Bob Murphy. He turned his vehicle into Santa's sleigh last week and delivered bags full of toys for Share a Gift last Saturday. So thanks, Dr. Bob. And now I'd like to have Pam Hayek introduce the guests here in the room.
Thank you, Chad. I checked the list and checked it twice, and now we'll find out who's naughty and nice. With the nice people who brought a guest, please stand, and would our nice guests stand? I'm going to start over here. I think I'll do you at the end. I get it.
Oh, okay. This is my friend and neighbor, which is a wonderful combination, Bob Owens.
Welcome, Bob.
I'm going to introduce him as my guest.
Okay. I think they'll introduce each other. Let me go ahead. Am I introducing you?
No, I stood up. I misunderstood.
Oh. Okay.
We wanted to be nice.
Okay.
Well, this is my dear friend John Argro, and he's owned a business here in Boulder for 16 years. We met at the front door, and I asked him why he came to Rotary, and he said he had wanted to figure out a way to give back. And I said, well, I joined when I was 31 years old, and I have no regrets. So please welcome John for his second visit. As uncomfortable as I am behind a microphone, my name's Randy Pote, past District Governor of District 5300, which goes from Mesquite, Nevada to South Pasadena, East LA, out to Edwards Air Force Base, where they land the shuttle when it's foggy in Florida. I'm also past chair of the Rotary Rose Parade Float Committee. Some people don't know, but until I was chair last year and I forced COVID and they canceled the parade, Rotary's had a float in the tournament for 41 years. When they canceled last year, they just moved everything forward, so everything you see will be much like the Tokyo Olympics. Everything that was to be 21 will be January 1, 2022. And we live as a committee by donations from clubs, individuals, and now you can all say you have a friend in the float business, so don't hesitate to reach out. And thank you for the extra time.
Thank you for coming, guests. We're happy to have you here.
Thank you, Pam. And welcome, guests.
Hello, everybody. I would like to welcome all of our guests on Zoom. I believe that our guests today, we have Jill Mars, and I believe she might be in Phoenix. If you would like to unmute yourself and say hi, that would be great.
Hi, everyone. It's so nice to see all of you, even all the new faces, which is great. We meet on Friday, same time, different place.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us. And David Askey, would you like to say hi?
Yes, hello. I'm visiting.
Where are you visiting from? Boulder?
Yes, I'm in Boulder.
Awesome. Well, welcome and enjoy the program. I think we've also got Jeff Gimple. Would you like to unmute yourself and say hi?
Hi there, can you see me?
No.
Sorry, I'm multitasking on a couple of things, but friend of Grant Couch who had mentioned the presentation and it sounded very interesting. So thank you for allowing me to attend. It's a pleasure to participate today and listen in.
Fantastic. I'm glad you're joining us. And then one more, lastly, I think we have Dominica on.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. Since I discovered your club several months ago, I've enjoyed coming to your meetings. I haven't missed very many. Thanks for having me again.
Great. I hope I haven't missed anybody. If I did, please unmute yourself and say hi. Otherwise, enjoy the program and welcome to Boulder Rotary.
Welcome to all our guests. This truly is a multi-access event, and we're grateful to have people here, both in the room and on Zoom. The theme of today's meeting is sustainability, as we're going to hear later from our speaker. The PPE committee is also making a very generous offer to everybody in the room. I'm not sure if you saw on the back table, but there are boxes and boxes and boxes of light bulbs, and they're free. And every time you plug one in, you're going to help save the planet because it's going to use less energy. If you are looking for a way to light up the new year, as they're saying, or if you're looking for stocking stuffers, feel free to grab some light bulbs. Grab a whole sheet of them, a whole tray of them if you want, but there's a bunch of light bulbs back there. Next, I'd like to have Karen DiBartolome come up and introduce a new member of the club.
Sorry, Chad, I missed my cue. When you were talking about light bulbs, I was supposed to be on my feet. Anyway, as a member of the Red Badge Committee, I'm really honored today to introduce BRC's newest member, Janine Weinsuff Rubin. Janine is sponsored by Cinda Collins Arsenault and Pam Hyank. Janine is a biotech industry executive and an active angel investor. Pay attention. She currently serves as Director of Operations for Involution, an Agile and Scrum training and consulting company. I had to look that up. Agile and Scrum has to do with how you develop software effectively. Previously, she's worked at senior levels in marketing and strategic planning for several bioscience companies, including Terabat, Valley Lab, Devices for Vascular Intervention, and SRI International. She sits on the board of directors of Allotrope Medical, a medical technology company. Janine generously donates her time to a number of organizations. In the investment area, these include Rockies Venture Club, Colorado's Office of Economic Development and International Trade, and the Invest for Better Impact Giving Circle, which she leads. She's active as well in Longmont's Homeless Outreach and Blue Sky Bridge, which works with abused children. She is president of the Cottonwood Park Condo Association. Growing up in Orange County, California, I know there's a lot of folks that have those connections here. Janine has lived in Colorado for 26 years. She currently lives in Niwot. In her spare time, she likes to bake, knit, and hike. I asked her what her most adventurous activity that she had done so far in her life. She said it was definitely earning not one, but 2 black belts in her late 40s. Look out. Do not mess with Janine. Janine joined the Boulder Rotary Club to broaden her community involvement and to meet people, and well, we all want to meet you. A hearty welcome to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor. I always kind of wanted to know why plants used photosynthesis, and my son told me it's because they like light snacks, but it's a whole nother story. Thank you. Next up, I'd like to have Nancy Chin Wagner, who is back, our Las Vegas correspondent, conduct a membership moment.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good to be back. Today, for a membership moment, I have Psyche Cassandra Duncasa, and I hope she is in person right there, sitting down. I saw the wave. Thank you. So, Psyche has been a member since December 2nd, 2015. That's almost 6 years. Her sponsor was her own mom, Deb Duncasa. So Psyche is a dynamic, dedicated, and accomplished cellist and cello teacher with 20 years of experience performing and teaching. Ms. Duncasa is committed to providing unique musical experiences that inspire creativity, nurture self-expression, and spark imagination. Psyche grew up in Iowa City, Iowa, and started playing cello in her public elementary school when she was 9 years old. Though she does not come from a family of musicians, her parents always made sure to expose her to many different types of music, both by playing records at home as well as taking her to live performances. From the first moment she heard the cello, she just fell in love with its deep, resonant tones. Although music played a very large role in her life growing up, when it came time to go off to college, she was pretty certain, I wanted to be a scientist. She attended Wesleyan University in Connecticut for their STEAM physics and astronomy programs, all while studying and playing the cello. Psyche eventually realized she could not keep up with the pace of a triple major. After much soul-searching, she embraced the reality that she could not possibly imagine music taking a backseat in her life. Thus, she concluded her time in Wesleyan with a Bachelor of Arts in Music, went on to get a Master's of Music in Cello Performance from the University of Colorado at Boulder. And throughout her formal education, Psyche gave cello lessons to children in the communities. She loved exploring music and cello with young musicians. She always felt she learned as much from them, if not more, as they did from her. She took her initial training to become a Suzuki teacher when she was 22 years old and was immediately enthralled. Shinichi Suzuki wrote, quote, "Teaching music is not my main purpose. I want to make good citizens. If children here find music from the day of their birth and learn to play it, they develop sensitivity, discipline, and endurance. They get a beautiful heart," end quote. This ideology resonated with Psyche on a profound level, and she deeply committed to Dr. Suzuki's vision of educating the children of the world to become a little better as people and a little happier. She currently teaches 35 students ages 3 to adults in Boulder and Lafayette, active in both local and national Suzuki communities. She has been a faculty member of the Boulder Suzuki Strings since 2010, served as a cello representative on the Suzuki Association of Colorado Board of Directors, currently serves as Peaks to Plain Suzuki Institute Board of Directors, and volunteers with the Suzuki Association of the Americas. She is also founder and executive director of Cellists for Change, a 501(c) organization that empowers youth by nurturing creativity, celebrating diversity, and fostering inclusivity in music education and the arts through representation, equity and access, and meaningful community engagement. This year, she has partnered with local organization El Paso to provide full lesson and instrument scholarships to 4 Latinx youth in the community, and they are in the process of forming additional partnerships to continue expanding access specifically to Black and Brown youth. Psyche has performed in venues including Red Rocks Amphitheater, the Boulder Theater, has opened for artists including Punch Brothers and State Radio, and she has performed or recorded with the Fort Collins Symphony and Fort Collins Opera, as well as artists including the Lumineers, Esme Patterson, Clouds and Mountains, and Poppet. In addition to teaching and performing, Psyche enjoys spending time with her wife in their mountain permaculture home, drinking Earl Grey cambrics. I'll let you look that up. It's a hot drink with Earl Grey tea, milk, and honey, while reading a good book and playing electric bass in the band The Frets. Ready for your first question? And you can take off your mask for this. What is your interpretation of music is a universal language, and why do you find this important?
Well, thank you, Nancy, for having me and giving me this opportunity. And it's interesting, I actually don't necessarily think that music is a universal language per se, but I do strongly believe that music has the ability to evoke emotions, and it has the ability in a very powerful way to bring to its listeners and its creators hope and joy, love, strength, and freedom. So I think in that way, it's very much a universal connector.
Wonderful. And second question, have you traveled outside of the U.S., and where has that been? And have you taught children with that music, the cello?
Absolutely. In fact, I travel to Guatemala every year. I've been doing this for about the past 6 years, and I have the honor of working with musicians at a school of music in the Western Highlands called Escuela de Cuerdes. And I have the honor of working with students there. I've worked with the teachers there. I've given performances there. And I'm currently working on a partnership between Escuela de Cuerdes, the School of Music, and finding funding so that youth at a local orphanage in Huehuetenango are able to go to this school to receive music education.
You're a wonderful Rotarian, Psyche. So tell me, how has our Boulder Rotary Club impacted you?
I am so honored to be a Rotarian. I will say that it was actually in Guatemala that I was first introduced to Rotary through my volunteering with a cleft palate and cleft lip mission. And it was in Guatemala that I was met with this wonderful family of all of us, of all of the Rotarians, and everyone who just has such an incredibly generous heart and is so strongly committed to giving back to their communities. So it was through my experience in Guatemala that actually brought me to Boulder Rotary Club. And I've been so lucky to gotten to know all of you here.
Wonderful. Thank you, Psyche.
Thank you,
and thank
Nancy.
you for being my membership moment Rotarian. And I hope everyone here in Zoom and also at Boulder Rotary come up to you and get to know you a little bit better. Thank you for being here. And Chad, can I make one more little quick announcement?
Sure.
Okay. I wanted to point out to John on John's Auto Care, because I known him years and years ago, and I don't know if he still remembers me, but John, I'm looking at you and I'm telling you, and I texted you, I want you to become a member of the Boulder Rotary Club, the best place to be on a Friday afternoon. And great committees and great people. Thank you. No pressure. I love to sponsor you. Thanks, Chad.
Yeah, thanks, Nancy. And let's see if we can give John another reason. Let's do the raffle. The number is 724-747. I don't really know what to say right now. So why don't we go to birthdays? Dr. George Russell.
Someone asked me, do I ever get embarrassed when I'm making a fool of myself up here? And I use the old method of imagining the audience as being naked. Now, the problem is you should never let the audience know that you're doing this. But anyway, I want to introduce my Rotarian birthday boy, a man who doesn't know the meaning of impossible, a man that doesn't know the meaning of perspicacity. In fact, he doesn't know the meaning of a lot of words. Daryl, happy birthday.
Thanks, George, I think. Yeah, you know, my father passed away this past week, and I wanted to thank everybody that reached out to help Sally and I through that. And, you know, getting our families together and stuff, it was kind of interesting. We field tested our vaccines, I'm sure. But I also found out some cool things too. So for instance, I found out from my Uncle Jim, because I've wondered for 57 years now, it's like, where the hell did I get my name? So Uncle Jim tells me, he's like, oh, Daryl, he was your dad's Navy drinking buddy. And I was like, well, that's just super. It made me seem almost cool for a second. So, that's not wisdom, but that's about the only story I could come up with to share with you this week, other than to thank you all for reaching out and helping us to get through this. So appreciate it.
Happy birthday to everyone who's having a birthday this December. A lot of people don't get to celebrate their birthday, so because we close our ranks. So be sure and sit at the birthday table when you get a chance. Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday, Daryl. And George, thanks for the reminder. We're not going to be here the last 2 Fridays of the month, so if your birthday is in December, please sit at the birthday table next week. Fred, can we run the brew, please? This is the Rotary Foundation month. And welcome to all those on Zoom. The Rotary Foundation is Our Eyes Foundation, not to be confused with the Boulder Rotary Club Foundation. They have very different and separate purposes. And
it's really hard to get your message across when the phone is always ringing. So let's make sure that we silence our phones during our Boulder Rotary Club meetings. You know what makes me want to shout? That's right, happy hour with my fellow Rotarians. Boulder Rotary Club happy hour. Tuesday, December 14th, 4:30 p.m. at the lobby of the St. Julian Hotel. Join us for a fun, festive Rotary happy hour. Hope to see you there. Tuesday, December 14th.
It's almost time for the next meeting of the Boulder Rotary Book Club. It's going to be January 10th, 2022 from 5 to 6:30. The book is Halfway Home, Race, Punishment, and the Afterlife of Mass Incarceration. The author, Reuben Jonathan Miller. It will be at Jancy Campbell's house. You can contact her with the email that's up on the screen. And it's also going to be on Zoom if you prefer to attend that way.
Have you seen those theme Colorado license plates? You know, the ones like CU and CSU or Veterans. What if there was one that said Rotary? That would be pretty cool. Right now, all of the districts in Colorado are collecting electronic signatures. They need 3,000 of them so that a petition can be considered by the state legislature and allow us to buy a Rotary-themed license plate. How can you participate in this electronic signature? 3 ways. Number 1, you can quickly memorize this easy-to-remember hyperlink and type it in at home. Number 2, you could take a picture of this QR code right now and it'll take you to the website on your phone or iPad. Number 3, probably the easiest, is to pay attention to the hyperlink and announcement that will be in the rib. That was in last week's rib and will be in this next week's as well. Wouldn't it be great? I know I'm going to buy one if it becomes available. Hope you will too. Here we are with a follow-up to the last video where I asked a random mother who her favorite son was. And if you recall, she chose my sister. That's right. So Mom says that she's thought about it. And since then, I've kind of let myself go. I've stopped shaving And so she says she's thought about it and has something. Before we do that, have I told you how beautiful you look today, Mom? You just really look pretty. Extra pretty today. But anyway, so who is your favorite child?
Well, I've given a lot of thought since the last time, and all my children are my favorite. Except I think I'm leaving one out. I'm going to have to settle with Abby.
With Abby. So I'm going to put up on the screen who Abby is. Abby is the Robo-Vacuum that I gave her a year ago. Not the son who gave you the Robo-Vac and showed you how to use it, but that's your favorite child, is an inanimate object. Is that correct?
I told you they're all my favorites. I didn't want to forget Abby.
Okay, great. Well, that's it for this week's Rotarian on the Street. One more time. Not so smart, are you, Abby?
It's going to be a party. Bring in your holiday with John Gunther and CU's Jazz Band at our holiday celebration next week. Want to see you there.
With a dog origami, you know it's something special. So let's say it all together now. Have a great weekend.
Thank you to the Brew team for that. Running the credits today, thank you Lena and Janine for greeting us at the door. Thanks to Gloria and Jim for manning the desk. Thanks to Kitty for stepping in and doing the raffle today. Thanks to Cassidy for moderating Zoom, and thanks to the meeting team of Fred, Lynn, and Vanessa. A couple of quick don't forget to grab light bulbs back there. Don't forget to look in the rib this next week for a link for the cookbook because it's now being published. So everyone have a great weekend.